Doing what? What are you talking to?
How
you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Staying Focused for Jesus. Hope each and every one of you are having a blessed day in the Lord Jesus Christ. So if you're watching this on Facebook, I may put it on Facebook. I don't know. Why are you looking at me? I'm just, I ain't gonna call it wife beater, but you know what we call these A-shirts. I don't know why they called them wife beaters back in the day. You know why? Yeah, I don't either. But we just out here chilling on the porch, and we're gonna have some small talk. I don't know what about, but it's me, the wife, and Kelsey. Kelsey definitely needs some, be out here get some sun on them legs. Legs match her boots.
Hush.
Look at the top half and the bottom half. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good. But you in the sun, look like your mama. Your mama got a leg like that. That chicken need to stay in the oven a little bit longer. In the grease. What the Bible say about Ephraim is a unturned cake? And then what it said? So you from Ephraim?
We Ephraim, huh?
You Ephraim Manasseh, ain't you? Unturned chicken. You ever flip that chicken? Color that chicken? Broil that chicken? I'll be messing with my wife. Her mama, shout out to my mother-in-law. I know you listen to it right now if you listen to it, but I know eventually you will. She's like, oh, you talking about my baby, my daughter and my baby. You know how like they is. They came from you. Your daughter. But yeah, I did want to ask you a question. Is it possible, and it's a rhetorical question, but I want to get your input, because people always get my input, but you and my wife, we talk about a lot of stuff that the conversations are pretty interesting. And would you say that you're wiser now than what you were before?
Oh yeah, supposed to be, ain't you?
I mean, it's
supposed to get older and wiser, ain't you?
Supposed to be. You got a few gray hairs, but people say, "Oh, person got gray hair, they wise." But the Bible says, "Gray hairs with wisdom, is a crown of glory." So you would consider yourself wiser than you were before?
For sure. Is
it possible? Look me in my eyes. It's a serious question. Come closer. Come closer. Let them see you. Why they can't see you? Ooh. It's all you anyway. You got stuff in your teeth too.
Look, I'm eating cereal with flax and chia seed in. So if I got stuff in my teeth, I got a good reason.
But come close. I want to ask you a serious question. Is it possible to get a house where your payment is $225?
Yeah. Yeah, it is in favor of the Lord. It sure is.
So it's possible.
It's possible.
Is it possibility and probability and actuality could be different things, right? Because there's a possibility, there's a probability that if you go get a lottery ticket, you can hit, but you know what I'm saying, if you don't hit, it's not actually hitting. So are you telling me it's a possibility, a probability, and an actuality?
All the above.
Well, how do you know?
Because that is what we currently pay a month for our house.
$225?
$225 US.
And you would know because the house is technically in your name, right?
Correct.
Is my name anywhere on the paperwork?
No, sir.
Am I concerned about my name being on the paperwork?
No, because we married.
Am I going anywhere? You going anywhere? Are we like, hey, we need the prenup, right? We should have got that.
No. We're kind of 8 years too late for a prenup.
I mean, so if we ever get a divorce, and what we gonna do? How we gonna handle with the assets and stuff? What we gonna do?
We ain't going nowhere. So we ain't worried about
that. How you know? I might want to bounce. I might want to, well, I can't start over. Be by myself. What if I want to be by myself?
Well, you got a Jag. Well, that's in my name too, ain't it?
Dang, I ain't got nothing. The van ain't in my name. Even my own car that I bought ain't even in my name. The house ain't in my name. What type of man am I?
All right, Victor.
So I didn't put money in the house and my name ain't in my name. That's
Yeah, it's your family. So.
yeah, that's a shame. Why your car ain't in your name? Because there's certain benefits my wife gets because she did more time in the military. And the tags on the back of it, they are military tags.
It actually says Iraq.
Yes.
Y'all know about that.
Yeah.
Know about the military tag.
So that's why the vehicle is in her name. I don't. It doesn't bother me. I got the keys. I drive it. I got the title.
That's your car.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me that it's not in my name because we had that type of relationship.
Same with the house.
Yeah, somebody might say, "Well, you saying that now?" Well, okay, I very well could be saying that, but even let's say it didn't work out, am I gonna be like, "Man, I should have kept the car in my name. I should have put the house in my name"? No, because even if we didn't work out for whatever reason,
I wouldn't do you like that. I wouldn't do you dirty.
she said she wouldn't do me dirty. And okay, I'm leaving. I would still want a house for you to be in and for my
Children.
yeah, my children to be in. I can go get another house. Because that's just in me to be able to do these things because I have the knowledge and the wisdom and understanding. And if I really cared and want to control the situation, then I would have never put you up on game in regard to the different things that I've learned. And I'm like, hey, let me teach you that, just in case something happens to me. I could go before you, you can go before me.
Right.
But if you go, then okay, I just keep on going. But if I go, then you don't have that knowledge from your husband being given to you. So the things that I learned, I'm like, hey, boom, 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 boom. And before let me ask you before I just, say that's what you thought. Before when I used to get on you about knowing certain things, did you think like I don't really need to know it as much as you do? Or did you always think like I need to know this, like you know it?
No, I didn't think that I needed to know as much as you do. I mean, I agreed with you. I didn't disagree. No, he don't know what he's talking about. But no, I didn't feel like I needed to know as much as you because you're the head and you make all the moves and you control all the. So okay. I just didn't feel like I needed to know as much. But I do totally agree that any wife in a marriage should learn. At least. I mean, I knew the basics, but. I get what you're saying. I'm speaking about other wives.
Do you feel like, or do you think, do you discern in your spirit that me being on you about knowing the different things, and you be like, man, I listen to you, but like, come on, I got other stuff to do. Do you, I don't like these words feeling, but y'all just bear with me. Do you feel like you need to know it, you do need to know it more now? Like, I get it. I get what he's saying, because something happened to him, then I'm not going to be able to, just ask you a simple question or actually see what you're going through because you're not going to be here if I die. So it's like, okay, I need to listen more in comparison to before. You're like, okay, I listen to you because you're my husband and you give me wisdom. Well, okay, now I really want to be involved and I really want to know that, I really want to know that. And, in comparison to how you was before.
Yes, and you've given me the tool to do more things and understand things and get information from where I need to get it from. So I feel like I'm much more equipped now. Like if something was to happen to you, like right now today, I would be.
You'd be able to take it over and then keep on going.
Totally.
But I'm a Christian, right? You a Christian? Follow Christ.
Of course.
Hey, the Bible's oppressive. I'll oppress you.
No.
Hey, that's what they say. They said, who got charged? Oh, Apple. That's what they say. They said that the Bible oppresses women.
No, the Bible doesn't oppress anybody. The only people need to be concerned is the people that's lost.
Yeah, the wicked.
Right, the wicked. Yeah,
you wicked and you get oppressed.
You need to be scared. You need to be in fear. But no, those of us who are his children and who've decided to take up our cross and follow him, no, there's no oppression. If anything, it's the exact opposite. It's freedom because you learn so much. When Christ is like, he takes the blinders off and you learn so much. We've learned so much. I speak for myself, but I know I can say we. I've learned so much since I got saved up until now that I've probably learned more in the past 8 years being married to you than I've learned in probably my whole life, and that's crazy, to say that I've learned that much stuff. But I have. It's been like a what is it called when you learn like a whole lot at one time, like a super condensed. Yeah, like everything, like a overload, a download of like a whole bunch of information in a short period of time.
You do business?
Yes, sir.
You would consider yourself a businesswoman now?
Yes, sir.
Well,
yes, sir. I mean, I've considered myself a businesswoman for a long time, but definitely much wiser now than I was back then. I messed up, some stuff, some business stuff in the past. So.
But I oppress you though, because that's what pastors, that's what Christians do.
No.
Especially, Christian men, we oppress our women because what we believe is oppressive.
No. There's freedom in Christ, and there's also freedom in being submissive, because there's a lot of people, a lot of women that they give themselves to certain churches and certain ministries, and they feel liberated, right? Because they get to do whatever they want to do. But I believe that when there's a head and there's structure and you have your place and you know what you're supposed to be doing, to me there's more freedom in that than you just, I get to do whatever I want to do. Because a lot of times when you do whatever you want to do, you're going to mess some stuff up.
So submissive is being submissive to a righteous higher authority, higher power is beneficial because you don't have as many things to have to worry about. You can focus on what you need to do regardless of who you are as a person.
Right.
Like you don't have to try to play the role as a man and a woman.
No, I don't have to be husband and wife, father and mother. I'm just wife and mother, and
I don't have to be the mother and the father.
Right.
If it would just
right. It's plenty to do. Just being a wife, just being a mother is plenty. For a person to take on the role of the daddy to father to or husband to. That's.
Would you change positions with me?
Never.
So you wouldn't want to be a black man?
I wouldn't want to be a man, period.
But why not? Why not? Because this is interesting. She said that she wouldn't want to be a black man. She said she want to be a man and want to be a man, period. So.
Well, one, I'm happy being a woman. I don't, when I was a child, this is true. When I was younger, when I was a teenager, and middle school too, I really wanted to be a boy. Not in a gay sense, not like that. It was more of I didn't want people to tell me nothing. I noticed that, as a young person that, men get more freedom, boys get more freedom, they get to do what they want and, don't have to pay the consequences. But that's not true. That's not true. But that's what I thought. So I was like, man, I wish I was a boy. I wish I could do this, do that, Nope. I don't feel that way no more.
So you're happy in your role
yes.
As a woman?
Yes. But, it's because of American society and the way they teach people how things are supposed to be, it's not. A lot of times, that's why you see girls want to be boys, right? Or boys want to be girls. And then all this whole, LGBT stuff going on because of that. But that wasn't my mindset. My mindset was just literally like, I want to have the freedom they have.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's not. I'm not gonna say it's not freedom. It is good, being a man. I'm sure, it's good, but it's really a lot of responsibility, a whole lot of responsibility that I'm fine being a wife.
Responsible with the responsibilities you have.
Yeah. Well, the reason I'm saying, because like a woman can live at home with her parents and nobody's gonna, right? Nobody's gonna say, well, she's a bum, right? They're not gonna say nothing. She lives at home with her mom. Okay, great. Her parents, great. But if a 25-year-old man does that, they're not gonna say, oh, that's great, that's nice. He's living at home with his parents. But they would say that about a 25-year-old woman, right?
Yeah, and the interesting thing about that is what we learned is
there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that because everybody trying to go back home now because stuff is so expensive.
Right.
So if they would have did it, if they would have stayed longer back then they would have been able to save up more money to be ahead and we're gonna say weather the storms of the economy and stuff like that.
Especially if they were taught to be responsible.
Yeah, not just being at home
and playing video games.
Not just staying at home being a bum and stuff like that, but actually, okay, we got a plan. You can stay here as long as you want to, because we got enough room for you anyway, and you're contributing to the household. Right. Then you're getting your money right. So when you do step out there, then you're not pretty much stepping out there to fail.
Right. I mean, that's what we plan to do. That's a different subject. You can go back to what we were talking about.
I mean,
unless you want to touch on that. Yeah, I mean, we plan on doing that. We plan on telling our children that they don't have to leave just because you're 18. You got to go. You don't have to go just because you're 18. You need to learn how to be a man, or in Kelsey's case, learn how to be a woman, learn how to, be responsible. And yes, if you're gonna stay, yes, you have to work. Yes, you have to contribute. When I say work, I don't mean go get a job. I mean work. Like you gonna cut the grass, you gonna take care of the things we need to be done around the house. You know what I'm saying? Like
Or
work.
at that point in time, run their own business.
Right. They'll be doing that before then, because
Yeah.
we got that.
Yeah.
It's rolling right now. So
Yeah.
they'll definitely have their own business, and they'll be actually running it before they're teenagers, because it's in motion right now. So
Setting it up now.
yeah,
How many? We've been married how long?
8 years.
How many jobs outside, like regular jobs, have you worked since we've been married?
None. Regular job? None.
Come on, where you gotta get up at, whatever time, 9 to 5, and go get in your vehicle and
None.
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 But have you worked since we've been married?
Yes.
Like how many jobs?
Let's see. 2 work from home jobs, and then I guess you could call it a self-employment job. So 3 jobs. All been pretty easy. The most current one, the easiest one. Oh yeah, when we delivered cars too. I don't know if that counts or not, but
Self-employed entrepreneur.
Yeah, we used to transport cars. So you could say 4 different types of employment.
So the very things that pretty much I was doing, you end up doing.
Yeah.
It's
been fun too.
Yeah.
Yeah, being self-employed is fun. Setting your own hours, still making money.
It's fun
Being able to be with
until
your family.
it's fun until it ain't fun. Because most people, they be like, "Oh, entrepreneur, business owner." Yeah, that's the glamorous part of it until the money ain't coming in.
Yeah, when the money is good, it's fun.
Yeah, but when when the money ain't coming, that's when you gonna know if you really about that life.
Right. Are you gonna go and do something else like Bizzle? I'm not saying Bizzle did it. I'm saying his song where he said,
Yeah.
What you gonna do when the money get low?
Money get low, we walk around and sing that sometimes.
Yeah.
Like when money get low, like
some folks forget everything they know.
Exactly.
They forget everything they know. They're like, hey, I got to go stand on the corner or go, call my old partners or something. Like, nah, we ain't doing that.
Exactly. We're gonna weather the storm. We've been weathering the storms.
Yep.
I mean, that's how we got to the point that we are at now, where it's crazy when you think about it that we're in a better position now, even though we made more money when we was in back then.
When our bills were higher,
yes,
we made more.
More money,
way more money when our bills were higher.
Yeah,
we were paying how much? $700 a month? I don't know.
The rent by itself was
like $7 something, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was back. That was back when I guess you
first got
rent
married.
was reasonable. Because that was years ago. That was at least 4.
But when I met you, weren't you paying? How much you paying a week? It was something ridiculous that you were paying a week.
At the value for the suite.
Yeah, I was like, man, how much you paying this thing?
Yeah.
Crazy. And he was single. Like you would think, single man. I'm gonna give me something that I ain't got to pay that much. But you spent more money staying there than you did when we got married.
That was a dream. I let you into my dream.
Well, it was fun too.
Yeah, that was.
Come back and your bed is made up and your whole apartment's been cleaned and stuff because it was a hotel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like 24/7. Your sheets and your towels.
And Yeah, that was
everything.
That was crazy.
Right.
Because then I remember, the Lord reminded me. He said, "You remember when you said you want to live out of a hotel?" And then it would just be basic stuff. You're like, "Oh yeah, I'm living out of a hotel, literally. Like I'm literally living out of a hotel with a suite, refrigerator, stove, cook." I'm like,
yeah.
Well, I be.
Yeah, and because it's a hotel, you get what do you call it? Cleaning service. So that was for me. That was new for me. I'm like, well, shoot. You mean I ain't got to make the beds up and I had to wash our clothes, but I'm talking about like the sheets and the linen and stuff. Like they took care of all that, and I thought that was cool. We leave and come back and it's been done. So
yeah, the only reason we left is
because we got pregnant.
Yeah,
we got pregnant.
Found out you was pregnant within 3 months of us being married?
No, we got married in April, got pregnant in May, and we found out on Father's Day in June.
Yeah. And
So you say like 2 months.
Yeah, that's the only reason we really the only reason we moved. I'm not saying that we wouldn't have moved after the fact, because I believe we eventually
we would have eventually moved, but
we had no reason to.
Yeah, we didn't have a reason to move because it was fine. Like we could afford it, or you could afford it, because I wasn't working.
Yeah,
and then I moved. I left my job as a teacher, because I was a teacher when I was here, and when we got married, I left my job. So I had children in there playing.
Yeah, and then I believe that the car delivery thing would have still came, so that would have been more money. But that's the crazy.
Oh yeah.
That's the crazy thing is, I'm not gonna reveal the numbers because I don't want people to have a heart attack. But if they knew. Y'all hold on, children. Y'all go play. You can't come out here. We're recording. No, you're trying to come out.
They keep running to the door and peeking out. Okay. Hey. Y'all go play. Daddy recording, okay? Okay.
I'm not gonna reveal the numbers because I don't want people to go in shock. But if they knew the amount of money that we were making here, they'd be like, "Ain't no way in hell you."
Oh, you talking about compared to how much? Yeah. In Georgia.
At one point in time, we was probably 50, 60.
What? 50, 60 what?
We were staying in Fort Mitchell. 50, 60 a year.
Oh, I thought you were talking about because I don't know how much we made a year. I know how much we made a week.
I mean, yeah, but if you do the math and you thought, okay, because I was getting paid
plus what I was making.
Yeah, I was $6 something from the cleaning service. Delivering cars was just about the same, if not more. And then when you came on, that was about the same. What, $500-600 sometimes. Sometimes you make more than me.
Yeah, you talking about delivering cars?
Yeah. So if you do the math, it's like, okay, 50, 60, high 60, 65. Until everything, hit the fan.
Because we made more, but our bills were more.
Yeah.
And now we're here, and we make way less than what we made back then. But we don't have, like you said, our house note is $225.
Yeah.
Back then we were spending what was it, $7 a month?
Yeah, $7. Light bill was.
That's still good. $700 is not bad, especially for a family of, at the time, 3. A family of 3, $700 a month is not bad. And you go to other places, and I'm pretty sure people watching the video probably say, well, shoot, $700, where y'all live at? Well, we was in Georgia, and we weren't in a house. If we were staying in a house, like one of the nice, houses in the suburbs or something, it wouldn't have been on $700 a month.
No,
it probably would have been at least probably $1,500 or $2,000 a month.
Yeah, and now.
The unbelievable $225, which this wasn't in the plans. We didn't know the Lord was going to drop this on us.
Exactly.
He did this.
Yeah, obviously a blessing because
we moved here, we did not have this.
Nope.
We moved here. We moved with my mother, my parents, I should say, my mother.
Yeah, we had one piece of land that I had never seen. My wife saw it because you came down and visited and checked it out, but.
But that land, we wasn't planning on moving to that. That was our investment property. Right?
No, at first I wanted to build a house for us, and then the Lord, He expanded the vision and said, well, if you build a house, you can still sell it and then do another one, and you still get a house. I'm like, oh yeah, simple stuff is like, okay, yeah, that does make sense. And then I start doing my research more and more. But the Lord was already leading us. God was already leading us to this because we were kind of like doing real estate when we were staying in the country.
Georgia? Alabama.
Yeah, you and Jasmine, y'all doing the wholesaling thing. Until y'all didn't do it.
Well, I don't know if you've told them the backstory, but you kind of pushed us towards that. I'm not saying that we couldn't have done it without you, but usually when something is somebody else's idea, it's not always. You're not always passionate about somebody else's ideas.
She didn't want to do it.
That's the truth. I'm just being nice about it.
She didn't want to. You want to be nice.
I'm not always passionate about something that if it's not from my heart, from my soul, I can't pretend to be passionate about it. Of course, that's the same thing as when you get a job, right? You work because I gotta pay my bills. I'm doing this because I need to do this, not because this is what I love. Right now, I'm doing what I love. I'm a stay-at-home wife. I'm a stay-at-home mother. I'm doing exactly what I love. And my businesses, I do them when I have time to do them. Nobody's saying, hey, get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, hurry up, you got to be this. Nobody's telling me anything. So when I have time all throughout the day, when I get little breaks, I'm working on my business. My children even sit with me and watch me do stuff for their business. So this is my dream. I'm literally living my dream.
And you helped design this house.
And I helped design this
Which is
house.
something that you always dreamed about.
Yes. So I guess my point was, this is what I'm passionate about, and I'm doing it. I wasn't passionate about doing wholesale real estate. Do I love to remodel houses? Absolutely. Design houses? Absolutely. The whole remodel thing, I love it. But wholesale, that's a little different. You got to go after people. You got to send letters. That's work. And I'm not saying I don't like work, but I don't like that kind of work. I like to sit down behind a computer or a pencil and pad. That's the kind of work I like to do because I'm a designer. God gave me the gift of designing, not calling people and sending letters to people and running up on people that I don't know and trying to get them to sell me their house. There's people out there that love doing that kind of stuff. I'm not that person. So that's why I'm saying I wasn't passionate about it, but that's something that you wanted me to do, and I did. Me and Jasmine did it, and we failed, probably so because of me.
Which is, part of what we talk about, submission. Like, pretty much, I had to tell her, you're going to do it.
Right, because I didn't want to do it.
You're going to do it, and she had to be obedient because I didn't know, but I did know. I didn't know what I know now, but I knew that's where we were heading to.
Real estate.
Yes.
Yeah, because we didn't have any real estate back then. It was more so just, you were talking more about cars. Like back then it was like cars.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't want to, so I don't want to do both. I said, it was just going to be too much on me trying to do the cars and the, at the time, wholesaling, real estate and everything. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do the cars and then you're going to do this. And y'all almost got a deal.
Yeah, almost. But the dude did give us some good advice, and we probably will end up doing that eventually, with something that we can acquire out here. Because it's too easy to get land and houses out here where we stay. I'm pretty sure it's that way anywhere you live. I'm pretty sure people watching this video, if you know how to do it, you can find it. You can go on your, county website and, you can find some
just a matter of doing the research.
Right,
and
right.
Most people, and I'm going to say it specifically, most black people, it's not that we are inherently lazy, it's just that we've gotten lazy.
Yeah, because we got all our needs met.
Yeah, but
when your needs are met.
Yeah, but the plantation owner.
True. I can't say that. I can't say that that's not the case. What I'm saying is, why have we become lazy? Comparing us to in the 50s and 60s when we was, we would march for anything, right? We would get on the bus or get off the bus. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of things we would do, sit-ins, shut-ins, march. We would do all these things for our people back then, but we don't do those things now. Why? Because we feel like we're not going to make a difference? Or we're just lazy?
Lazy? I ain't lazy. We've gotten so lazy in a time period where you got this phone in your hand, which is basically a supercomputer. Mm-hmm. A supercomputer. Right. I done showed you things with Perplexity, and you use it every day, if not as much as I do.
Yeah, every day. I use AI every day. Literally every day.
Yeah, and that's how you use it. You use it to your advantage to be able to get an answer to a question. Because the faster you get the knowledge, and the faster you can apply the knowledge, which means the faster you can bring to fruition whatever you're trying to do. Or come up with an idea. Because that's what you're looking for. You're looking for those pieces to figure out whatever it is you're trying to figure out. Mm-hmm. But it makes it hard to figure something out when you don't have the answers, you don't have the tools. So it's like, okay, I'm trying to figure out how to build this house. Well, I can find out the hard way. I'm going to build it with rocks. Uh-huh. And then, then trial and error. And then I see the other people, they coming in, like, dang, how they doing it? So it's almost like, why continue to use Stone Age tools in the age where you can use advanced technology to your advantage? Why continue to... It's cool to know that you can start a fire with a rock and some sticks, right? Mm-hmm. But if you got the lighter, use the lighter. Right. If you got the Flintstone, you just strike it, then use that. It's cool. Hey, it's cool. You want to show people the basics, but people starving. You got people that, you know what I'm saying, somebody done got wet. You use that for example. Somebody done got wet and they freezing. Use a lighter to start the fire so they can get warm, so y'all can cook the meat or whatever it is and feed your people. Instead of, you know what I'm saying, oh, I ain't gonna use this, I ain't gonna use that. You know, that's the advantage that we live in today, and that's what I mean when we've gotten lazy, because we talk about the different opportunities that our people didn't have, you know, back in the 50s, 60s, and look at all the opportunities we have now. You can literally go online and start your own business. You can order a car online and have it shipped to your front yard. They dropped off in your driveway. You sign paperwork. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but I think also it's the distractions. You know, because if you raised a certain way, which most black people were raised very similar to the next black person, we were born into distractions. Think about it. You know, from the TV to public school to the music to the sports, everything that is in our faces day after day after day is a distraction. So we would have to come unglued from that, be born again. We would have to, in order to become successful. Because think about me, for instance. I started chasing music in the pursuit of being a famous, you know, what I could say, the Beyonce of rap. I started pursuing that when I was in my 20s. I was still in the military, but I was surrounded by a facade. You know, everything that I thought was important, none of it was important. None of it. And so everybody around me was the same way. So I would imagine that most black people, is because we are surrounded by the fake. We're distracted constantly. We're surrounded by fake. And so that's who we are. And so we're lazy too. So on top of all these things, how can we get ahead when we're lazy, we're distracted, we're surrounded by fake people, and we don't know who we are?
It's crazy that we're so lazy because we literally built America.
That's right. Right. And how many of us can build houses today? How many of us can garden and feed ourselves if the grocery stores are shut down?
I can't even. I mean,
we have. You have.
Yeah, I've gardened. I've gardened before,
too.
but I'm not no. You know, I ain't gonna say I'm the
green.
You know, I'm the green, northern green thumb there. Nah, I can do enough to get by and figure it out.
Right. Same here. But look, my mama, she's done it.
Yeah. I had the garden back there for years growing stuff.
Yeah. So we got some wisdom. It's just black people, we haven't. I believe we gotten so disconnected from the source, from the tree, from the true vine, that we've been poisoned by American tradition. And so I don't think we'll ever be how we're supposed to be without Christ. It's just it. We just won't. No matter how much we go to church. Today's Sunday, ain't it?
Yeah. But back to this, so as I was saying earlier, even though we made way less money than what we made in Georgia / Alabama,
Georgia, Bama,
we are in a better position now than we was back then when we was making 60, 65 thousand.
Yeah, 100% better.
And like I was saying earlier, if people knew what we've been surviving off of for the last since pretty much we been here, I was not at the beginning.
Not the first year, but after 2020. So 2021 to now.
Yeah. We've
been surviving on hope and a prayer.
Pretty much. When you look at the numbers, it's not even.
Like how?
Yeah, you be like, ain't no way. Like, you know, the Bible talks about Jesus took loaf of bread and he fed.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. Our life is that. Because if I showed you the numbers, you'd be like,
if
ain't no way.
If they was to look at the numbers, you know how.
Pull out this.
Like we say, we live off of faith. People would say you had to. They ain't you couldn't have lived off of nothing else but faith with those numbers, because there's 6 of us. I mean, it was 5 then, but we had a baby. We had a baby last year, so that made it worse.
And if people saw how we live and how we conduct ourselves, they'd be like, people think we rich.
Yeah.
Like you just they'd be like, oh yeah, you balling. I'm like,
we so broke.
Like no.
So broke, and ain't stole from nobody.
Exactly.
Ain't lied, ain't cheated. Haven't done anything.
Let me see your kitchen. Oh, you.
Yeah, people will come in the house and be like, how? But that's it's called. I think it's 1, favor of the Lord, and 2, wisdom. Because what did Christ do with them fish?
Mm-hmm.
He fed
Exactly.
5,000 people.
Exactly.
Wisdom.
And then even with the numbers, wouldn't it be just based on numbers? Wouldn't it be like below poverty? I know it's based on the numbers in regards to your income.
Because the poverty line is what? Is it 28,000? Was it 30? No, it's 28, right? It's
I can't remember.
It's less than 30. I think it's like 28.
Yeah. So we're gonna put it like that. The numbers that we've been living off of
is less
than 30,000.
Yeah.
And it's been, let's say, less than 30,000. But if you came to our house, and saw how we live, you would think, oh, y'all make pretty good money. Right. Yeah, we do make good money, but we don't have as many bills as we had. So it kind of like, I ain't gonna say it balances. It's better. I'm saying it's better.
No, you said that they would say y'all must make good money, and you're gonna say, yeah, we do make good money.
Yeah, I'm saying we make good money in the sense of
we make good of our money.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. We make good of our money. I like that. I like that.
So we don't make good money. We make good of our money.
Yeah, that's a better way to say it. But I mean, so they would say like, y'all living pretty good. So hey, what you do? What you do?
Trust the Lord.
Yeah, trust the Lord, and why? And I believe that this is our test, because God is saying, okay, if I'm gonna take you to the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst, because we've been getting our head.
Yeah.
That enemy been been hidden.
Right. Then we find out we was pregnant. We're like, oh my Lord.
Yeah.
We so broke now. We're gonna be even more. We're gonna be living in a van.
Yeah. But I believe the Lord took us through this to see if we're gonna persevere, if we're gonna, I guess, be worthy of the greater blessing. Mm-hmm. And now we're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, as we say. The businesses, looking better in comparison to what they were.
Yes.
We got more invest in that. We actually have more income to invest in that, because that's the main thing. You got to have money to invest in those businesses.
Right. And we use AI to help us, with words and stuff.
That came out, which saved a lot of money to be able to get stuff done savings. More.
Yeah. Yep. A lot of stuff we would have had to hire somebody to do. Mm-hmm. Or it would have taken more time. It would have taken longer, because we're good with words. But sometimes certain things will take you a while to get it done, and with that, stuff could be done in minutes versus, it took me a week, or it took me, however long. Yeah.
Now we got the music thing going, and we're gonna get the music and stuff out there faster. So we figured that out, and we're gonna continue to grow that. But
hey.
We we make way less money than we did before, but we're in a better position. We when I say it's not even a better position, it's significantly better.
Yes.
Would you say?
Yes, definitely significantly better. It's all the way around everything.
Even with making less money.
Even with making less money, it's been crazy. I don't know how to explain it, but just the Lord. And then another crazy thing is we've never stopped eating good. Never. From the time since the day I met you, well, not the day I met you, because you was in Georgia and I was out here. But from the time we got married, we was together, and you started feeding me how you eat. But I was eating good, so don't look. We ain't gonna say I wasn't
eating good, but
I wasn't eating like a queen. I went from eating like one of the what they call them, one of your guests.
Yeah. You a guest that you went from a guest that's invited to like
the queen. Yeah.
Like your mama watching the video like. Mm-hmm,
yeah.
Amen.
I went from eating like one of the guests in the royal palace to eating like the queen. The best food. And so, from the time we've gotten married until now, I would say the first 4 years of our marriage, we made pretty good money. That was when you were talking about, right? When we was making at least between 50, 55, 60, somewhere up there in those numbers. The first 4 years of our marriage. And then the last 4 years, that's what it's been like. Let me
sure I add this. It was, because somebody would say, well, yeah, that was with both of y'all. Majority of the money was coming from me, because I was doing most of the work.
Yeah, majority.
But it was good money because in relation to our bills.
Right, back then we had way more bills.
Yeah, and so we were able to.
High.
Yeah, so we was able to take care of all the bills and still have money left over. So it was good money, because somebody say, well, $60,000 ain't good. It's just the two of y'all, but we didn't have
It wasn't two of us, three of us.
Yeah,
David
with David.
was born. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is
So
that not good?
I want to get that rate because somebody may say, well, 100,000. That's what I see good money.
Okay, well 60. Okay, that much money is good if your bills ain't that much.
Yeah. So the 60,000 was good for us in comparison to how many bills we had.
Right. We
it
had
wouldn't have
money
been.
left over.
Yeah. It wouldn't have been good if we were making 60,000 and we had a mortgage or a rent that was 1,800.
Or let's say we were making 60,000 and we everything total added up to 59,000.
Exactly.
Like that's nothing.
Yeah.
And plus we have people. People contribute to our family too.
Mm-hmm. Brothers and sisters in Christ contribute to the ministry and stuff.
Right, which helps significantly, and we're adding that in too. So without that, it probably wouldn't be that high. But still, like when you add everything up together, what people contributed plus what you made plus what I made, we made probably that much in those first 4 years of our marriage.
Yeah, because it helped because it took some of the pressure off me. In regards to light bill and stuff like that.
Right, and especially when I got pregnant, and then I got pregnant again, with Abraham. So both times, the brothers and sisters in Christ have helped tremendously, But since moving here, it was like moving here, the finances went from good, right, to good to, you could say horrible. I mean, because when you live in below poverty, and it's not like we went from the three of us to two of us. We went from 3 to 4 to 5 to 6. Literally in those first 4 years, David and Abraham was born, and then these last 4 years, then we added my mother to our family, right? So that's 5 of us, and then we had our daughter last year, and that's 6 of us. So in those 4 years of being here,
and the money hasn't
the money only went down. The money went down, and the family got bigger.
Exactly.
So that's why we say, well, shoot, we were poverty.
Yes.
P-O, not P-O-O-R. P-O.
Yeah. And I guess that would be an interesting point because you
What? Okay, I'll help you fix it when I come back in.
hold on, y'all should take care of business.
Okay, I'm back.
That would be an interesting point because at times in your life when you were younger, would you say that you lived in poverty?
Yes, and the poverty I lived in when I was growing up was worse than this. This poverty has been pretty good. Been pretty good because it hasn't felt like it. Like we know because we stress out a little bit, behind bills and have to push stuff back, and then getting pregnant again and just
stop having babies.
Yeah, like oh my God,
stop having babies.
I mean, but I'm not gonna say that's. We're not going to stop having, because the Lord said to be fruitful and multiply. So the Lord allowed us to get pregnant, then obviously He's going to make provisions, and He did. Like I said, we, in these past 4 years, I'm going to say 3 years, because when we moved here, we still had money, because we came here with money. But it was after that, after 2020 into 2021, that was when, like, whew, like, it seemed like, I don't know, we went from doing good to doing bad. But,
as I say, everything, it hit the fan, all that. One time, somebody took a septic tank and took the lid off, and then just had a pipe going straight to the fan. It was like, because it was one thing after another thing after nothing. It was just like boom, 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 boom. They say shots fired, shots fired.
Yeah,
it fired.
We went from doing good to doing bad financially. I'm not talking about the love of our family. We've never.
Yeah.
Nothing else was bad. The food was good. We still.
Yeah, I said them two in the chain. Our love and our faith in Christ and the food.
And the food.
Even when we were eating like
ramen noodles. We wasn't eating the regular ramen noodles. We was eating the healthy ramen noodles. That taste good with the different spices. My husband know how to make it. He know how to make something out of nothing.
Or just some base like, hey, only thing we can afford is beans and rice.
Right.
But beans and rice
finna be banging. Right.
Potatoes. These potatoes finna be busting. These are the best potatoes you're gonna have in your life.
Right.
And it's interesting because that's probably when, food tastes good, but it seems like it tastes more good when you go through those struggles.
Yeah, it tastes better when you hungry. Like, let me get some more. Like, I don't know if we can get seconds. Yeah, we can get seconds because Daddy made a great big pot.
Probably because it causes you to reflect more.
Right, and really to be more grateful for this meal because, hey, every meal we praying for it, Lord. Hey,
Yeah.
But he did. He did. We have not been hungry at all in this, going through this what are you gonna call it? Poor patch, poverty, poverty, below the poverty line. We were going through, we've been eating really good. We've never gone a day where we're like, okay, we haven't eaten since yesterday, or we haven't eaten since 2 days ago. We've never done and the quality of food. We have not eaten garbage. Like, we have not had to go and dig out of a dumpster. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been eating very good.
I go get some gas station food.
No, gas station food is expensive. No. We haven't had to go stand at a soup kitchen, or and get what they call it, those the meals that the people fix for the homeless. We haven't had to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Lord has blessed us where we've been able to cook our own food and eat our food and provide for all 6 of us, and nobody's hungry, and nobody's saying, what we gonna eat tomorrow. The Lord has it every single day. He has us fed every single day. And there's a verse, I think it's in Psalm, where the Lord said that his children will not beg for bread. Yeah, we stand on that.
Yeah. So how would you say we got to the point of getting a house and land, the land next to the house, for $225 a month?
The Lord. That's how I would say. Because there's no other explanation for that. The Lord. Because it could have easily been more than that. Because the woman who the Lord gave us favor with, she told us that she was going to sell it for, I'm not going to say how much, but you could say more than double. She told us that. She said that she was going to sell it for more than double than what she gave it to us for.
And she shows the paperwork on it too.
Yes, she showed us the paperwork. And so we were like, praise the Lord, because she didn't have to do that. She didn't know us. It's not like we go way back and, she's like, oh, I know these, this is a good, faithful couple. She didn't know us. So that's the favor of the Lord. The Lord said he would move the hearts of men. What did he say? He will open doors that no man can shut, and shut doors that no man can open. So I believe he moved her heart. Because really, the way things went, which I ain't going to say because,
I've said it in another
video.
Oh,
okay. Well, the way things went, she should have not given us a deal on this house because of what was done to her previously that we didn't have nothing to do with. But still, she could have been bitter behind that and said, nah, y'all, this is how much I'm gonna sell it to y'all for. She didn't do that.
Yeah, but now she literally considers us, put it like this, she sees us as her children more than she sees her own children as her children to a certain extent. Because what we're doing is what she has desired for her own children her whole life. Because she's been doing real estate. Her and her husband been doing real estate for, they're going to say at least probably 30 years. Probably more than that.
No, more than that.
Yeah, yeah. And they aren't doing anything. It's always, gimme.
Yeah. And her children are our age too.
Yep.
Late 30s.
Yep. So she literally treats us like her own children. Baby, I'm proud of y'all. Hey,
I love
do this, do that.
House.
Let me do this. Oh my God, this is. Oh my God, like who did it? You did this? Oh my God, it's like, and I'd be like, but you've done houses and stuff like this. But it's just interesting to hear from somebody that done real estate and have done houses and have had this house. It's interesting to hear that. Y'all give me a second. The wife had to go in the house to handle Abraham. He hurt himself. I hope y'all are enjoying this conversation with the wife. I know y'all always hear me talking. She be having a lot of stuff going on, taking care of the children and stuff like that. But I do like to have these conversations with her.
Was there anything else before we was that it?
No, we were talking about Miss.
Yeah, you don't say her name, but yeah.
I said her name before in other videos. So, but so you said we got to this point of actually having a property that we're in right now for $225. And then this is the crazy thing about it, which is one of the most important things about it. All this was during the height.
COVID.
The height.
Yes.
From the time we moved, when we thought they were going to shut down the
Yeah, before we left, they said that the highways they were going to have some kind of
checkpoints and stuff.
Yeah, checkpoints. And we get out there, wasn't a single, not one checkpoint.
Yeah.
And I'm all paranoid, like, man, they're gonna pull us over. They're gonna ask to see our COVID, whatever. And I'm like, because we didn't do none of that stuff.
Yeah.
We just packed up and moved. And man, we get out there at nothing. It's like a lie. It was kind of like, Africa. Like, don't go over there. You get over there, you're gonna get blown up, and you're gonna get a monkey gonna eat you, and you're gonna get Ebola. And then you find out, like, wait a minute, they living good over there. So that was how it was when we left. Like, we hear all that stuff on the news, and then we get out there and there was no checkpoints. I don't even think we saw police on the highway when we left. It was just like a smooth trip. Minus the RV, but it was like a smooth trip.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then we get here and we renovated the house when lumber was a 2x4 was $9.
Sky high. It was unreal.
$9 for a 2x4. So just imagine if the lumber was regular price, how much more money would have been saved. And we even going through that, we still got equity.
Yeah.
Positive equity.
Major equity.
Yeah, major equity. It's not like, okay, we sell a house and then only equity in the house is $5,000. No, we sell the house and the equity we got is, depending on what we sell for, 6 figures. Mm-hmm. And that's all the favor of the Lord.
Yes.
He giving me the wisdom, giving you your wisdom that he's giving you. And, here we are. Of course, it's been a struggle. And, it still is a struggle. But, I mean, we see the light at the end of the tunnel, as we say. Because we've been going through the tunnel for so long in darkness. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Mm-hmm. But I will fear no evil.
Mm-hmm. God with me.
Yeah. Like rod, nice staff.
They comfort me.
Yeah. But, yeah, I just want to do this video on the spot. Bring the wife in and show you that it is possible. Your situation may not be my situation, but your blessings may not be my blessings either. Your blessings is your blessings, my blessings is my blessings. Your testimony is your testimony, my testimony is my testimony, but if you believe what we believe, we glorify,
hiccups.
We glorify the same God if you believe what we believe. And even if you don't believe what we believe, we still love you because I don't have to make these videos. I got my family. I'm eating good. I got a quote-unquote life pledge because I don't like to use the term mortgage. I have a life pledge that most people in this world would kill for. When the rent and everything is going up and most of the wicked, and I'm not saying that we don't have believers that are struggling, but just for us personally, the wicked, they're crying about this, crying about that, and God is seemingly, in my eyes and in my heart, He's blessing us even more and giving us more opportunities because of our obedience, because of our patience, of how long we've been patient and enduring what we've been enduring.
Yeah, so trust the Lord, because if we can live below the poverty line for 3+ years with 3 children, and still have the favor of the Lord and be blessed and eat good and all these things, then trust the Lord, He'll do the same thing for you.
Yeah. Well, so it's possible. You may not get a house.
Right, 225.
Yeah, 225. But hey, it may be something else is a good deal, or it may be whatever it is that's beneficial to you. I can't speak on what God is going to specifically do in your life. Only thing I can do and the only thing that we can do collectively is give our testimony.
And pray. Because that's something that, is a powerful weapon. When the Lord tells us to put on the whole armor of God, and prayer is the, what's prayer? The, the helmet of salvation, shield of faith.
I call it long range artillery.
The sword is the word of God.
Prayer is like the Air Force. That's how I put it.
But it specifically calls prayer something. What is it?
It says prayer and supplication.
Okay, prayer and supplication. But it doesn't say like what part of the armor it is. Like the helmet is.
No, not that much. That's why I call it the Air Force, because like if you got a brother, sister in whatever place, you can.
Kosovo. Right.
And then get the coordinates and then, you know,
Right.
send it over there.
Right. You're right. So I would say pray for the favor of the Lord. Lord,
Air
these.
Force Club.
Yeah. I'm like the Lord. I'm in the Lord's Air Force. I went from the U.S. Air Force to the Lord's Air Force.
Yeah.
But yeah, pray, ask the Lord. Lord, I'm in a bind. You see what I'm going through, Lord. I don't want to keep going through this. You know, this rent is high, or this mortgage is high, or whatever it is that's, you know, that's weighing you down. Just pray and ask the Lord. Lord, I need your favor. You know, show me something better than this, and He will do it. But, you know, be faithful to Him, and He'll be faithful to you.
And let me add this, and I guess I'll close it out. He may not necessarily take a person out of that situation of struggling. He may say, okay, I'm going to be there with you, but you're still going to go through the struggle, because it's the wisdom that you gain through the struggles.
Mm-hmm.
So that when you get out of it, you're wiser than you were before. If He just takes you out of it.
Like us, right? We went through it.
Yeah, if He just take you out of it and you don't have the wisdom to, if you don't have the wisdom that comes along with the experience you're going through, then what happens when you're in a situation next time?
Mm.
So we want the wisdom, we want the knowledge, we want the wisdom, we want the understanding to, you know, persevere through that situation, knowing, okay, I know that God is with me.
So you're saying that when they're praying and asking the Lord to get them out of that, ask the Lord for the wisdom while they're going through it.
Yeah, I mean, you've heard me say that many times. Like, I said, Lord, give it to me hard.
And I don't do that. I be like, Lord, I'm ready for this to be over.
Yeah.
Lord, just bless us, Lord. But
yeah.
I believe the Lord, He does that more often. He makes you go through stuff more often than He just pulls you out of it.
Yeah. I'd rather go through the hard situations now, because it's going to be hard eventually.
Right.
So it's better to go ahead and do it now than, you know, saying later.
Right. Better to learn now, right?
Yeah, get the wisdom now, so then, you know, later on you got the wisdom and you've been through these different situations and you gained this experience. But yeah, on the spot, decided to bring the wife up in here. We've been sitting on the porch, chilling.
Did you show them the tower? Or they seen it before 1,000 times?
They've seen it.
Okay.
Yeah, they've seen it.
We have the best view, and it's free. Or you could say it's $225 a month. Our view is beautiful.
So it's possible. It's possible. God will give you the wisdom. He will, you know, open your eyes up to different opportunities, so you can make, you know, make those type of moves. And that's what we did. That's what we did. He opened our eyes. Oh, that's an opportunity. We got to secure that. We got to get that. And then
you got to get that.
The rest is history. And you keep on growing and growing and growing, because ain't too much around here, and people ain't focused on it, but we focus on it.
We gonna get it. That's right. Lord willing, we gonna get it.
Yep, in due time. But yeah, with that being said, God bless each and every one of you in Jesus Christ's name. As always, stay focused for Jesus, and as you know, the truth is not debated, it is declared.